Hey guys, it's Alpha Wolves here. How you guys all doing? Today we are uploading a new video. Fantastic. This video is going to be a guide slash kind of new starter slash free to play type suggestions kind of thing. Now I'm not going to lie, I am still kind of fresh to Raid Shadow Legends, so this is my main account. Daily login rewards. I'm on day 99, and I'll be completely honest, before I started the game, I knew nothing about it at all. Not even the slightest. All I know is, I saw it all over YouTube. Raid also contacted me indirectly for an agency to do an advert and try and shout the game out and try and get people to download it. So, yeah. I thought I'd play it, I thought I'd give it a shot, and little did I know I would get absolutely obsessed with it. It is really fun, it's an amazing game, I'm really enjoying it, but I do know that there are some difficulties that new players or free-to-play players that don't really know what they're taking on in the beginning, or they don't necessarily know what the game's fully about early on. They do the best to kind of give you the right kind of guidance, but also there's kind of tips and tricks I can tell you above the guidance that will also help you. Now, I don't claim to be a full fountain of knowledge of Raid Shadow Legends, because the game is incredibly in-depth, but what I can do is give you some early game tips and tricks, so to speak, to help you really grow your account quite early on. So first of all, we will start with the starter champions. Now, if you haven't started Raid Shadow Legends properly yet, or if you've only just started, one of the first things I would always say to you, even if you're in like the first couple of weeks, if you haven't picked Kale, reset. Now, lots of people will say you can use all the starters and they can all campaign farm and they can all be great. Honestly, swear to God, pick Kale, because he has this lovely poison on his A1 and also a chance of doing the big poison, the 5% poison on his A3. His A2 absolutely slaps, plus you don't need to fill his full critical rate bar. Like, you can go 15 less and still be able to absolutely smack with his A2. I, unfortunately, because I didn't know, I went with Elhain, which is here. Let's see if I have all of the other ones. There's A4. Do I have what's his name in here? I'll probably see him and then not. There we go. Yeah, so we discussed all the starters for a little bit for now. So as I said, I don't claim to know everything about this game, but I do know a little bit. But first of all, so Kale, the one that I've already shown you, here's a must. Aethel is probably my least favourite out of the group, but she can be very strong. She can be very, very strong as well. I also have Dark Aethel, which you get from daily logging in. Did I actually remove them all? I don't know if I did. I thought I did, but I might not have done. Oh yeah, because I know this guy is going to be up here. Yeah, so Elhain was the person I started with, so she was one of my first 6 stars. I would always suggest 6-starring your starter champion. Definitely 6-starring your starter champion, because they will be your main damage dealer, main campaign farmer to start off with. So Elhain, once again, has that 15% chance of inflicting a critical hit. So you only need to fill them with 85%. And obviously places increased crit rate buff on this champion as well. If a target is killed, which then sets her up with her A3, which will absolutely decimate. So let's see if I can find her. So as I said, so Elhain, A4, as I said, is I'm not a fan of her particularly. I don't know too much about her kit, to be honest. I know she can get an increase in attack, and that's the, I believe, low increase attack and the low increase defense. And it seems to be only for her. Yeah, which is good. If she's less than 50% health, it does give her an extra turn, so she can attack again. So that's pretty strong, but weak for the starters. Gaelic, he looks awesome. He's obviously the face of Raid. If you've ever seen any of the adverts, him and Death Knight, he does look very strong. To be honest with you, he is awesome. I've never really had an issue with him as a player. Like, I think he is strong. I haven't built one out because I don't necessarily need him now. But to start off, if you go Elhain, Gaelic or Kale, you'll be pretty doing great. But once again, poisons are quite hard, or strong poison people are quite hard in this game to get. So I would always suggest picking Kale to start off with. Brilliant. So when you first log into the game, you will get Lifesteal Gear. Lifesteal Gear is what you want to put your main champion in. So you start off with your starter champion, you fill him up, you go through, you will get... where is the Lifesteal Gear? There you go. So you will get Lifesteal Gear by logging in early on. Put that on your main character, your main farmer, because he will do a number of damage for you. And not only that, with Lifesteal Gear, you get a bit of your health back with any damage you do. So, we've discussed your starter. We discussed how you go about fitting them out early on. Let me go through the campaign and explain this. So, in the campaign, there is a main story, which you have to fight through. If you fight through and get stars, you unlock these shards, which I will explain a little bit in a minute. So you try to 3-star. In order to 3-star, you need to be able to have 2 people in, or less. You can have just 1, 2 people or less, alive at the end, and you only take 2 in. So as long as no one dies and you take 2 in or less, you're safe to get the 3 stars. Now, what I would want to tell you is with these, any routes you do, if you get stuck, say here, you can't get past this point, brilliant. If you are stuck at this point, just keep farming this level early on, because you want speed boots. You want speed at the beginning of their boots. You want the speed to be max on the boots, because speed is very important on your main guy. So if you get boots, you want speed as the main stat to be on there. I will explain it a little bit more. Shields, if you have speed boots for all of the people that you want at the time, shields sell for the most. So if you don't need to go for speed boots in a specific character, then go for the shield, because that quick sells for the most amount of money. I will explain something a little bit more here as well. You'll have to excuse me, obviously this is a bit of a longer video, so it's going to be a lot more talking. This particular set here, the speed set gives plus 12%. So, speed boots on a speed set is really strong, because you want to make sure that you can have that 12% on a speed boot as well. So you only need one other piece to get that extra 12%. So you could. So what I would always suggest is try and get to here and then farm here. Also, potentially, where is it? Is it not in the first? Yeah, here. Lifesteal Gear. Also, speed boots in Lifesteal, and a Lifesteal setup there. And as you go along, the stars you can get will go higher. So here, you can drop anything up to a 5-star, which will give you 40 speed. what I suggest, once you've got a campaign farmer built high enough, Brutal 12.3 if you want coins, Brutal 12.6 if you want to level them up most. Even however many days into the game I am now, I have still not beaten Nightmare yet. Mainly because I haven't really tried to build people out for it properly, but this is a situation where we're at. Yeah, so that's basically the campaign. The dungeons, I'll quickly go through these. These keeps are what you need to farm, and in the first 7 days, I believe they should all be open for the type of people you want. So for instance, it's a Sunday today, so the Void Keep is always open on Sundays, and these fluctuate throughout the week. And you need to get, say if you have a magic person, you need magic keep ones and arcane keep ones in order to ascend them. Same for spirit and same for force. If you're unsure, they're always here, and you can spend gems to open them if need be. I think you spend slightly more for the Void Keep, but you'll be able to see on each character what you need. The Minotaur Labyrinth. Yep, Minotaur Labyrinth is where you can get Masteries, and I will explain the Masteries. It only goes up to stage 15 at the moment. I'm hoping eventually they will bring up to stage 20. But I'll explain a little bit more on how that goes. Whilst I explain the other dungeons, I'll do a quick run of this in the background. Now please be aware this is not going to be a quick video, purely because the type of effort and the amount of work that goes into Raid will take time to explain. And I know that a lot of people will find difficulties earlier on. I do plan to do other tutorials as well, mini tutorials, to kind of help new players. And basically, I just want to impart the wisdom that I have now on you guys that I didn't have before. So there is also 4 other dungeon keeps that I'm aware of. There is the dragon, there's the ice golem, there is the spider, which I hate, and then there's the fire knight. And each one of these has their own special little tricks and tips that you need to take on board in order to beat them. So I will go through that once they're out of the Minotaur. The only reason I ran this in the background is because I know it's a nice, quick, easy thing, and then you get an idea of what it looks like afterwards, which is awesome. So you get however many there is masteries there that you need, and then I'll explain all of these. So each different dragon keep has their own, not dragon, just type of keep that's there. They have their own different chances of dropping these types of loot. The ice golem personally for me is probably the weakest one to farm, but obviously if you need to farm it for events or missions or anything like that, then it's all there. The only gear that I would think is worth doing is probably maybe the counter-attack one, but even then doesn't really seem worthwhile. The spider is where you get any accessories. So each champion, other than the commons, which are the grey type things, the minimum that you can get, are able to have these once ascended, and they will add extra stats on to your people. Spider, in my personal opinion, is one of the hardest boss runs to do, because anytime you attack the spider, basically you've got spiders that counter-attack. I'll show it off here. I'll do a quick run in the background, and then I'll explain the next one. So it's not the easiest one in the world to get through, and personally at the moment I've been focusing more on the PvP aspect than this type of thing. So the spiders obviously are a bit of a pain in the butt, and what my people here will do is they will use their skills to take it out. There will be some champions that I might highlight the early game accounts, if you do get them, they're worthwhile keeping or worthwhile using. Alexander here, you will notice this guy here. He should be available to get through login rewards at the moment. A lot of people aren't a fan of him, but I personally think he's great. He's got high percentages on his hits, so he is really strong. And compared to other legendaries, he doesn't really have much to his kit other than damage, and he only has one AoE attack, so that's not ideal. But he is a strong character. So the spider, obviously, it's not the easiest because all the spiders counter-attack, and he heals whenever the spiders die, that he eats them, basically. Gobble gobble. Right, cool. So you get an accessory there, and that you can add them to your champions. The Dragon's Lair is one of my favourites. It's got lifesteal here, it's got speed, so any chances where there's double drops or chance of getting speed or lifesteal, you definitely want to use as much of your energy on that. Super raids, as there's ever super raids on Dragon, you want to farm this because these sets are incredibly needed in the early game, which I'll explain why. But the speed specifically is because the quicker you can get really high speed gear, the better. Now, the finite is a bit of a longer one because once you need to get power, but also multi-hitters. Crit damage is nice out of this. Savage is amazing for PvP because it ignores 25% of the enemy defense. Crit damage is good. Shield is amazing for early game because it gives plus 30 HP to all of your team of the person that's got it, their highest HP. Regeneration can be really good as well, depending on who you've got it on. So that is the dungeons. Faction wars. Each kind of faction has a faction wars, and you can only use that faction in that. And the higher you get glyphs, which allow you to put extra stats on any of your pieces of gear, which is absolutely awesome. So you can get that. Glyphs are quite important. What I've not done, which I suggest anyone does, early on, if you can get maybe 3 or 4, or maybe even 5, kind of rares in a faction, for instance, try to give them a little bit of gear. So like level 8 gear, just put them on, just to kind of farm up to a good point, because the glyphs can really kind of make you from just a normal player to a much stronger player, which is always great. So the faction wars are there. I will get more into factions. The arena, at the moment I'm in gold. I'm trying to get to gold 2, but I'm struggling with the strength of the teams I'm going up against at the moment. For instance, let's try this team. I should be able to give them a shot. At the moment I have my leader slot. The leader slot in itself, if you have a leader, for instance, there, it actually changes the aura if they've got an aura. If they've got anything up here, see, Hugo doesn't, but these guys, if they're in the lead, I get 23% extra speed in arena battles, which this is. So let's see if I can fight out. Let's see how well I can do. I'll also be able to explain how this team works and why I've done it the way I have. So, at the moment, although I've got this lovely Skull Crown as my leader, she is one of my slower ones in the team because I want her to be my nuker to potentially do the most damage. So I have this lovely guy here. He can boost everyone's attack by 50%, and then I want to attack someone who I can potentially provoke, which is great. I've provoked Ugo in this situation because it means that if I kill everyone, they can normally revive the whole team if they're the only one left alive. But because I provoked them, they will be forced to attack my Seeker instead of healing. So we'll see how it goes. This move here drops the defense of anyone who's not high enough resistance, and basically they should all take more damage. Obviously this guy might have a high resistance, or he has some way of resisting stuff. And this is my first nuke, which could kill everyone, which it doesn't. And then I have this lovely skull crown to be my second nuke as a backup, just in case. So that's how I've set up my team currently. I could potentially get out of gold too, but I'm just trying to catch up with the rest of my account. So Tag Team Arena is not really used as much. It's basically 3 teams of 4. You go up against someone else's 3 teams of 4. And that's basically the mode. One thing you do want to do this for is for Drexfar. He is amazing. Originally, when the game first came out, or a lot earlier in the time, he basically was a lot worse, or he wasn't used as much. But because of the kit that he's got now, him in Doom Tower is absolutely amazing. So, let's go into a little bit further on. Clan bosses. I do have a key to use at the moment, so I might be able to use this. I have a team right now that can free key Nightmare. I got a key for my daily reward, so I can free key Nightmare guaranteed. Brutal. I don't think I'm going to be able to do Brutal. I might be able to. Let's see if we can one key Brutal. I'll show you it so that you can see my team. So because Jareg is currently my leader, all of these guys get 33% extra ally HP. And I'll start off the beginning, and then I'll basically finish off what I'm discussing at the moment. So basically you kind of just fight here and try to get as much damage done as possible. I'm not going to go run through it. I just kind of wanted to show you the basics of that. And then if you autoed it, then people would just keep kind of fighting him and then go that way. So, if you end the battle with the clan boss, like I did, you lose your key. So don't back out like normal. What you would do is usually, if you're struggled with clan boss, or you want to reset your clan boss, or you think the run's not synced properly, just close your app and restart it. You will keep your key. Next is Doom Tower. At the moment, Doom Tower is basically just like waves of enemies. I'm stuck on Dot at the moment. Let me see if I can try one level on hard without getting absolutely slapped. Let's see if I got a team for it. What if I take him out and put him in? Let's see if I can do a harder raid. I've not done hard Doom Tower. I've not even tried to start hard Doom Tower. I don't think any of my people are anywhere near close to being able to do the damage that I want them to, or whatever, to actually benefit from this. So yeah, as you can see, I'm not doing the damage that is needed to eventually work through that side of things yet. Now, the last thing I do want to quickly talk to you guys about before I do let you go is let's look a little bit at the gear and the masteries that you can have on champions. So, masteries, I'll do a quick little walkthrough. Masteries here. If you're doing PvP, Helm Smash is really good. Because it's 50% chance of ignoring 25% of the target's defense, and also because her A1 also ignores 25%, it can ignore 50% of the defense. So she is a single target nuker, and she is very overpowered. All of these are strong at the bottom, so like this is plus 20 crit damage. This is a very important if for any PvE stuff or any bosses. You can do a 6% chance of equal to 10% of the target's champion max HP, or 4% of the target's max HP if when attacking bosses. So if it's a single hitter, you'd use Wallmaster, or a single or a two hitter. But if they're a triple hitter or more, has a 30% chance of inflicting bonus damage when attacking. The bonus damage is equal to 7.5% or 3% of a boss. So obviously, if 3 hits or more, go for the one that goes for 3, and then War Master if it's a 1 single hitter. So that's Masteries, and then the last thing I would say is artifacts. As I said, with this, because Seeker is my main, all of my high speed stuff is on this person. So speed 40, I don't have a 6-star piece of speed gear, unfortunately. Speed again is there, and so on. Now the way it works is all of this gear, you can roll it up. So let me just see, have I got any speed boots that have not been rolled up yet? Speed boots, attack, crit damage, that could be a good set. So here, ideally what I want to get is probably crit damage. So I'm going to roll it up to 4. Any speed boots, probably 5-star or 6-star, I always suggest rolling if you can. See, it's one hit in crit damage, which is great. Let's see if we can take it to 8 stars to get another hit in crit damage. So you ideally want to roll it up based on the stats that you need. Now I will do an extra video later on to explain this, but this is the point that I really wanted to kind of push forward, is you should go by the gear that what you need. So that defense obviously isn't ideal, so I wouldn't use that piece, but you now get more of an idea of what you're looking for with these, and obviously you can add glyphs to any of these as well. With the champions, in order to upstar them, like if you want to level them up past the star that they are, so to speak, you can basically, let's see if I got any 5-star. I don't have any 5 stars. I got a lot of food that I can feed, but I don't have the right feed at the moment. So for instance, early game you're going to have 2 stars and 1 stars. Right here, let's see, he's 2 stars, and I want to upgrade him. I would then need to have 2 other 2 stars. They don't need to be leveled up, they could just be any 2. Any 2 to upgrade that, and then that will take him to a 3-star. Any 2 stars will take it, but the first one does need to be leveled up. So for instance, to level up my Kale, I would need to have 2 more 5-star people that I want to upgrade, or that I don't want to use food wise, to get him up, and then I can ascend him any amount of times using the kind of potions that I've explained before. So that is how you would feed it up, for instance. So for instance, let me show you a quick little situation. If you wanted to feed up low level stars quickly, you would go boom boom boom, multi-battle. It takes them 3 runs to get them to level 10. So start multi-battle, it would just run through, and then once they have ran through the campaign farming, Skull Crown is actually my best campaign farmer at the moment, because the only other person that I had set up was Alexander. So she is as good as it gets for me, but you can do it so much quicker, like one-shot waves. Then once these have all been leveled up to 10, you would then feed other 1-stars into them, and then go from there. So before I end off this video, I'm just going to wait for this little run to do. I just want to do a little cheeky 1 pull. I wouldn't suggest doing it, but I'm going to do a one summon pull just for the luck of the video. I'll explain it here. So 1 ancient shard. You can pull legendaries. What boosts are there at the moment? Oh, there's a times 10 boost from ancient shards here, so it's a good time to pull. Maybe even because I'm doing the video, I'll be a bit cheeky. I wouldn't normally do this, but I'll do it for the video. So where is it? Gem shop. Here. I don't normally do it, but screw it. We'll do it for the guys, for the gals, and I think that should be enough to to get me enough to do 3 lots of 11. I've actually got room to do it. Champions. I don't. Let's have a look. So, champion vault. Put loads of these low 2 stars in my vault for now. For you guys, so you can see how the summoning works and everything like that. So normally you wouldn't get a boost to your summons, but it's actually a ×10 chance at getting certain legendaries. So this is a perfect time to pull if you are going to pull. So let's do ×10. Let's hope we see gold, shall we? Hopefully we'll get some purples. Purples are epics, which are the 2nd best type you can get. There's another Yugo, so that's now the 3rd Yugo that I've got. Fantastic. And then golds would obviously be legends, which are the best you can get. Come on, gold. Oh my god, I've never seen. Oh, 2 golds. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm so excited. Holy hell. I've not seen these before. Debuff spread, taking 2 random debuffs on target and placing them on all enemies. Attacks 1 enemy 3 times. That looks sick. He looks awesome. Perfect on the jump at the start of each round. And then, oh god, the Elder. I like his purple. His purple looks awesome. Oh, we got attacks 1 enemy, removes 1 random debuff from all allies, and places a shield buff on all allies for 2 times equals 20 champions HP. Increase resistance, increase speed. Oh, he could be good. Allies receive 10 less damage from champions whose resistance is lower than or equal to theirs. That is awesome. And then one last group. So I've not had a legend pull in ages. It's so rare you'd get them from ancient shards. So yeah, this is absolutely awesome. War Priest is someone you get at the beginning. Come on, purple to end it out. No, of course not. Should I do the last little guy? I'll just do it anyway. Come on, give me a gold. Give me a gold. Their walkout animal. Purple. We like that. Ooh, he looks nice. One attack 3 times. One attack 3 times. One attack 2 times. Ignore the time for each poison debuff. Okay, cool. So, this is pretty much everything you would need to know. The only other things that I would say is each day, complete all your daily quests. Keep it all up to date. Make sure to complete all your weekly quests. They're all important. Advanced quests you can do each day. So make sure you try to complete all of these because they give you awesome rewards. I keep forgetting how much stuff is in this game. So like this is going to take forever. I might have to put like time things at the bottom of the video just to explain it all. But yeah. Let's have a look. So here is all the kind of events and stuff. There's one for summoning. It tells you all this is for getting stuff out of dungeons, artifacts. This is for training people up, so you getting your food, enhancing your artifacts, and then also you would get tournaments as well, which run all the time daily, that you can use to kind of upgrade your stuff. Hopefully it will load. At the moment there's a tag arena, ice golem and classic arena, and there is stuff that you can win or achieve in each tournament based on where you get placed. So here I came 8th, so I get some energy, which is awesome. The only other thing that I can think of, gone over everything, challenges, missions here. You want to try and get to Arbiter as quick as you can. She's one of the best speed leads in the game with one of the best speed auras in the game, so you want to go through all of these missions as best you can early on. I'm on the last lot, but I need to get to a higher ranking in PvP first. Clan stuff, try to work on your clan stuff as much as possible. These are all very important things that will help you a lot. Yannicka in here, she's really good. She could be a really good nuker as well, so put your coins into her when you can, pick up stamina when you can, and hoard all your stamina as much as you can for big events like fusions or fragments. The only other thing I can think of is maybe showing books, for instance. So here, so I'm in the wrong area. you go to the tavern, and then each person can have like these books that will upgrade skills of theirs. So each skill they've got potentially can get better from having the books. So you will get these over time. Legendary books are the red ones. Who's someone that I'm currently trying to book up that's a legendary? Lady Kimmy, I'm trying to book her up for Doom Tower. So now she gets +5 damage to her A1, which is her main skill, which is great. Yeah, so that's pretty much a starter guide or a free-to-play guide on kind of things that you can do, things you can find. The only other thing I can think of is the forge, but I don't have anything in here where you can get items that you can forge for any type of pieces. The one thing I will say about this, which is really interesting and really good, is that if you forge, for instance, you get like loads of fatals, 3 to 4 stars. Just make them with this for the 1k, and then sell them. You'll sell them for up to 15 times profit. So it's always good to do that. But you can also do it in kind of clan v clan events, but I'll explain that in a different video. Thank you everyone that's come out to watch this video. There's a lot of information, so I understand that it could be quite stressful for people starting the game out. That's why I've tried to make this video today, to at least kind of explain the difficulties and everything that happens, or how you do what you do in order to grow your account. If you guys want any specific advice or anything, please do let me know. I will bring out another video soon of like websites I use. Shout out to an amazing YouTuber called Hell Hades. He's got a website with loads of stuff about champions and how good they are. Yeah, so thank you for coming out. I hope you guys all enjoy your evening. Peace.